I just want to make sure that everyone, especially that's in my network, work on the idea around mindset. I started off in the entertainment business. I actually wanted to be a model at the age of, around 16 or 14. I started thinking about modeling. And it was mainly because someone recommended that I should be a model. When we go about life, sometimes we think that maybe because of the way that we look or because of the skill sets that we have, that we're going to easily get to that yes. But I'm here to tell you today that is not always the truth, right? Sometimes we get to that no and we have to keep persevering and pushing. I want to start with one of the first things that I really go into when I'm creating a life of having a strong, unstoppable mindset. Number one is don't take no for an answer. Just because someone tells you no, unless they say, if you call me again, I'm gonna call the police on you, then we definitely don't want to call them again, right? But other than that, the no could just be not right now, right? The no could be, I'm not ready for what you're offering, or I'm not in position to take advantage of what you have to offer. It's not necessarily a no to you. It's just what you're bringing to the table right now. They're not prepared for it, or they're not ready. Or there may be someone with more skill set that they have a better relationship with that has convinced them to get the yes, right? So there may be development that we need to do. So we want to really develop that. The next one is keep your faith, right? If you are convicted by something that you want to create and accomplish in your life, you have to have the faith that it is going to be so. You have to believe in it. So once you put it out there, you speak for it, you ask for it, you have to believe that through your faith, it is already done, right? It's already done. You don't need to continuously ask for it. You just need to have the conviction and the belief that it's already there and it's waiting on you, okay? The way that you communicate, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, it's all in alignment with what you know is waiting for you at the next stop, right? Okay. And then another thing that I really do is I become my commitment. And so if I say that I want something, or if I'm going to accomplish something, I become that thing that I say that I'm going to do, so that I can get myself out of the way. Because myself, I might want to lay down, eat some ice cream, hang out in the bed, just, hang out with the family all day and watch movies and kick my feet up. But that's not me being my commitment. If I say that I am going to raise $20,000 for my nonprofit in 30 days, right? If that's like a commitment that I make, well, I then become the engine and the vessel that the $20,000 is going to flow through. So when I make a phone call, or I ask for a donation, or I send out an email, I set aside how Neferteri feels or what Neferteri wants to do, and I become what I'm committed to, right? And so my communication is going to be more powerful. I'm going to be more assured of myself. So whatever you want to create in life, when you can become the commitment of that thing, right? If you want to hit a financial goal, if you want to have success within your family, or if there's something you want to accomplish, shift that energy to become the commitment, right? Remove who you are, because who we are is something we've created, is something that society has created. A lot of times the no's and the yeses and the things and the trauma that have happened in our lives are what we tend to allow ourselves to become. So we're kind of shaking that up and creating a new foundation through the commitment of who we say we are and the commitment of what we say we are going to do, period. Okay, so that's another thing. The next thing that I do is I ask for what I want. So we have all these different things that we just discussed about, not taking no for an answer, keeping the faith, being the commitment, but we really want to ask for what we want, right? So I've been doing a lot of coaching calls in the last 2 weeks, and I find that a lot of the women are so afraid to ask for what they want, or they haven't even taken the time to sit down and give themselves the opportunity to discover what they want. What do you want for your life? What is it? No one else can discover what you want for your life except for you. They can't create that for you. And if they did create what you want for yourself, you would resent them for it, because then you would say, you did this to me. You made my life like this. And so when we are actually in the driver's seat of our lives and we say what we want, we believe that it's going to be so, and we have the faith and we are committed to it happening, you're unstoppable. You really become unstoppable, right? This training, this conversation is about creating a mindset and developing yourself that you become unstoppable. It's an unstoppable mindset, but you have to be in the driver's seat of it. You can't be in the back seat telling yourself what you should be doing. You have to put yourself in the driver's seat and go after it with everything you've got, every ounce of who you are, right? And we're talking about creating big things in our lives, making big shifts. It could be anything that you want to do with your marriage. It could be with a past relationship, with your mother, your father, your kids, even with yourself, being committed to your health, being committed to buying a home for the first time, remodeling, keeping your room consistently clean, whatever it is, right? But you have to get out of the passenger seat, get out of the back seat, write down what you want. And when you write down what you want, get into the detail of it. I was just talking to one of my clients and we were all into the details of what it is that she says she wants for her life, right? So if you want a new car, okay, great. Call that car dealership, go beyond the test drive, find out how much is it going to cost to fill that gas tank up. Call the insurance company and get a quote, right? Really get down to the details. How often do you need to take the car in for maintenance? How often do you need to change the tires? What is the actual amount that it's going to cost you to keep and maintain the car? And when you start going into details like that in everything you want in your life, and you know the numbers, they are in black and white. You have it in your system, you have it in your brain because you're going after it like it's already yours because it is. That's when the universe starts to shift. That's when your belief system and who you are, what you believe, and what you say you're going to get for your life, it starts to come together. But it's really a mindset shift, and it's not a lazy person's job. You can't be lazy and expect greatness to happen in your life. That's not the law. That's not the law of the universe. Stop it. Don't create in a bubble and just lay down in bed and just imagine that these things are going to happen, but you're not putting any real effort or action toward it manifesting. Be prepared for the blessing. The blessing's coming, but are you prepared for it? I was just talking to my son this morning, and we were talking about his life in the future, and even right now. And I have them doing business plans on the things that they say they want to create in life. He says he wants to be a baseball player. So I said, okay, great. You know, he has a great opportunity to do that. His dad used to play baseball, and so did his grandfather. And they've been playing baseball since they were 4. But I'm like, you got to create a plan for that. He's like, what does that look like? You know, create, what team do you want to play for? How do you get drafted? You know, so then he started creating things that he needs to know too. Well, he's like, well, I'm going to need an agent. I need like someone that can help me get endorsement deals. I said, exactly. He's like, oh, wait a minute. I need to get drafted into college. How do I do that? What do they look for in the draft to get you into college? What do they look for in the draft when you go into the major leagues? Right. And so I said, great, let's write this out. You know, let's really plan this out, because if it's what you want to know as much information about it as possible. Don't just manifest and create in the blind. We have too much information out there, right? And I told him too, that life comes in waves. And so sometimes there's going to be small waves and there's going to be big waves. But when we're not even ready to catch those small waves and we're only looking for the big wave to come, we end up missing it a lot of times because we didn't practice life on that small wave. We didn't get on that boogie board, or we didn't get on that surfboard and surf that small wave, so that when that big wave comes, we've been preparing for it. We've been building mental toughness. We've been getting ready for the opportunity. And so you got to get ready for the opportunity before it happens, because the wave can miss you. It can drown you. And a lot of times we live in the past wondering when that next big wave is going to come, instead of getting ready for the small waves that lead to the medium waves that get us the ride on the big waves. Okay, so the next thing, I just have two more, is you have to get accountability. If you don't have people in your life that see you for who you are in a bigger state in which you see yourself, it's just it can be a disastrous experience for yourself. You know, you don't want people who only see you for what you see yourself, or what they see you as from 10 years ago or 2 days ago, right? You can have transformations in the moment. It's like, keep up with my success, keep up with my progress, keep up with where I am at, right? And so we really want to have people that can hold us accountable for our greatness, and that don't let us play small. They want you to go all out. They want you to be consistent. They want you to get those wins, and they're counting on you for that. And, you know, the last thing that I have here is have others around you that, you know, really see that greatness in yourself, but you got to also believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but it's so important. It's just so important. Even if you just sit down, I have in my phone and my text messages, every day it sends me a message in my calendar, actually. And it says, I am enough. I am enough. So sometimes we want to undercharge for our services, or we want to give more than we should, right? Or we want to offer things that we shouldn't be offering, or we want to be of service more than we're capable of. And it's just because we don't think we're enough. It's like, who you are, what you bring to the table is valuable, but you got to find out what the value is. And it starts with you sitting down with yourself, assessing who you are, where you bring value, how powerful you are, what is your purpose, right? You start to package that. You start believing in yourself. You write notes to yourself. I am enough. Say it. I am enough. I bring value everywhere I go. And when you combine all those things, the doors just really open up wide, and you really will have an unstoppable mindset. I'm Neferteri Plessy. I am thrilled to be able to be a part of your growth in your life.